Everyone is reading the same national headlines right now. We have rising interest rates and way uncertain economy, the housing market that nobody can predict. But right here in our own backyard is what those headlines are not telling you. The Sacramento County numbers tell a completely different story. And today I'm going to show you exactly what that story is. Hi, I'm Nancy Adinolfe, your Sacramento County real estate expert. I've spent over 9 years specializing in this market, and I bring something most agents do not. I have a background as a scientist. That means when I look at the data, I don't guess, I analyze. And what I'm seeing in May of 2025 through May of 2026 are numbers that every Sacramento homeowner needs to understand before they make any decisions about their home. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 key market indicators. Number 1, active inventory. Number 2, the absorption rate. Number 3, months of supply. Number 4, the median sales price. And number 5, the days on the market. So by the time you finish watching this, you'll know exactly what this market means for the value of your home right now. Stay with me because this data is going to surprise you. If you've ever wondered what your home is worth in today's market, I offer a free, confidential, no pressure, no obligation home valuation. The link is in the description below. Now let's get into the numbers. Let's start with a big picture. How many homes were available for sale? That's called the inventory. And how many homes were actually selling? That's called the absorption ratio. In May of 2025, Sacramento County had 2,200 active single-family homes listed. That number climbed through the summer, reaching its peak at 2,361 homes in July of 2025. Summer is traditionally when sellers list their homes, so this seasonal expansion is exactly what we would expect to see in a healthy market. Then something important happened. As we moved into fall and winter, inventory contracted sharply. By December of 2025, we had just 1,396 homes available countywide. That's a 41% drop from the summer peak. And it happened in just 5 months. But here's what I want you to notice. The spring rebound has been strong. By May of 2026, we are back to 2,106 active listings. That's the supply returning to the market, which gives buyers more choices than they had in the winter months. This is a market that is following healthy, predictable seasonal patterns. Now let's look at what was actually selling. Closed sales ranged from a high of 1,066 in April of 2026 down just 622 in January of 2026. That January dip is completely normal. Winter always slows transactions, but by May of 2026, we closed 971 homes. Compare that to May of 2025 when we closed 983. That's nearly identical demand year over year. What does this tell us? It tells us that buyers are still here. They did not disappear because of interest rates or economic uncertainty. They showed up in May of 2025 and they showed up again in May of 2026 in virtually the same numbers. Are you a seller wondering whether buyers are actually out there right now? Drop your zip code in the comments below. I will tell you exactly what demand looks like in your specific neighborhood. The absorption rate is one of the most common, powerful metrics in real estate, and most homeowners have never heard of it. So let me explain what absorption rate is. What it is, it measures the percentage of available homes for sale to that actually sold in a given month. Think of it as the market's pulse. If the absorption rate is low, homes are sitting. If the absorption rate is high, homes are flying off the shelf. In the real estate market industry, a balanced market, one that's perfectly neutral between buyers and seller, sits around 20%. Anything above 20% favors a seller's market. Now let me tell you where Sacramento County has been sitting. In May of 2025, the absorption rate was 44.7%. That's more than double the neutral benchmark. It held between 39 and 44% through the summer and fall. Then in December 2025, something remarkable happened. The absorption rate went up to 61.8% in December. You might ask why the market was hottest in the winter. Well, the answer is very simple. Inventory went way down. So it went down to its lowest point while buyer demand stayed relatively stable. The ratio of homes selling to the homes available spiked. For buyers who were active in December, the market was highly competitive. As we moved into spring 2026, the absorption rate settled back to a sustainable level. February came in at 51.4%, March held at 50.7%, April climbed back to 55.9%, and May 2026 landed at 46.1%. So what does 41.6% mean to you as a Sacramento homeowner? It means that nearly half of every home available for sale last month sold. It means we are solidly in a seller's market. And it means that this is not a frenzied, unsustainable market. It's a balanced, doable seller's market with consistent demand, absorbing supply month after month. If you want to know what your home is worth in this market right now, I offer a free home valuation, no pressure, no obligation, confidential. Click the link in the description below and let's find out your numbers. Months of inventory is a metric I love because it's clean, simple, and impossible to misread. Here's how it works. 6 months of inventory is a classic textbook definition of a balanced market between buyers and sellers. Neither buyers nor sellers have a structural advantage. Below 6 months favors sellers. Above 6 months favors buyers. Now here's what I want you to hear clearly. Sacramento County has not had more than 3 months of inventory for a single month in the entire past year. Not 1 month. We had been in a seller's market territory without interruption since May of 2025. The range was a low of 1.6 months in December of 2025, which aligns exactly with 61.8% absorption rate we just discussed, up to a high of 2.5 months in June and August of 2025. As of May of 2026, we are at 2.2 months of inventory. And here's a number that stopped me when I first saw it. We were also at exactly 2.2 months of inventory of May of 2025, 1 year ago. The supply picture is identical. This market has not shifted towards buyer. The structural balance of Sacramento County real estate has held firm through economic headwinds, interest rate changes, and seasonal cycles. What does 2.2 months of inventory mean for you? If you are a seller, it means you are not entering a crowded market space. Supply is constrained. Competition among sellers is limited, and well-priced homes are moving. If you have been waiting for the right time to list, 2.2 months of inventory tells you the time is now. If you are a buyer, it means you should come to this market prepared. Multiple offers are common on well-priced properties. Working with an agent who knows how to write strong, competitive offers is not optional. It's essential. Are you thinking about selling in the next 60 to 90 days? Subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. I post a new market update every single month, so you always know exactly what the market is doing before you make any decisions. Now let's talk about the number everyone wants to know. What are the homes actually selling for? In May of 2025, the median sales price for single-family homes in Sacramento County was $550,000. That number climbed to a peak of $560,000 in July of 2025. Then it softened as we moved into the fall and winter months. By November of 2025, the median sales price had dipped to $532,000, and December came in at $530,000. That's roughly a 5% seasonal dip from the summer high. Now, I want to be very clear about what winter softening means and what it does not mean. It's not a crash. It's not a correction. It's completely normal. It's a seasonal adjustment that we see virtually all the time in healthy real estate markets across the country. Prices always dip in the winter because fewer buyers are active, not because the fundamental value of Sacramento homes is declining. Then, when spring arrived, so does the recovery. The median sales price of single-family homes in Sacramento County went back to $540,000 in January of 2026. It went to $545,000 in February and $550,000 in March. Then in May, Sacramento County hit a new record for this entire 12-month period, $561,000. That's a new 12-month high, and it's higher, not lower, higher than where prices were in May of 2025. Year over year, the median sales price is up $11,000. That represents roughly a 2% appreciation. Now, 2% might not sound dramatic on its own, but I want you to understand what was happening in the background while Sacramento prices were quietly rising. We had elevated interest rates. We had economic uncertainty. We had persistent inflation and a constant drumbeat of negative national real estate headlines. Against all of that, Sacramento County home values did not just hold, they actually appreciated. That is the strength of this market's fundamentals. This market is not declining. Prices are not falling. What you are seeing is a market with healthy seasonal rhythm and underlying appreciation. And that is exactly what a sound, stable real estate market looks like. Are you wondering whether to buy now or wait for prices to come down? I'm happy to have that conversation with you directly. Call me, text message me, direct message me on my Instagram. My contact information is in the description below. And we have 2 final metrics, and these together will tell you everything you need to know about the negotiating power in this market. First, cumulative days on the market, which measures how long the average home takes to go from listing to under contract. In May of 2025, that number was 30 days. It climbed through the year as expected, reaching 58 days in the winter months of January 2026, which aligns with every other winter softening we have seen in today's market. And then as spring arrived, it came right back down. As of May 2026, the average time from listing to under contract in Sacramento County is exactly 30 days. That's the same pace we saw a year ago. It means the spring buyer pool is just as active, just as motivated, and just as fast moving as it was in 2026. Now for the metric that truly measures the seller power, the sold to price to original list price ratio. This number answers the question every seller wants answered. Am I going to get my asking price? That's their question. In May of 2025, the ratio was 99%. It dipped only slightly through the year, reaching a low of just 96% in December of 2025. And as of May of 2026, it's back to 99%. That means the average Sacramento County seller received 99 cents for every dollar they asked. There's virtually no room for negotiation for buyers in this market. If you are a buyer planning to come in below the asking price on a well-priced home, I want to tell you directly, the data shows that this strategy is not working right now. Sellers are holding their ground, and buyers who come in low are losing to buyers who come in strong. And for sellers, this 99% figure is your validation. If you price your home correctly, this market will deliver. The data has proven it month after month for an entire year. Want to know how to price your home to achieve 99% or more of your asking price in this market? I have helped sellers do exactly that. And it starts with a free no obligation, confidential consultation. The link is in the description below. Let me take a moment to highlight what is happening at the neighborhood level, because the countywide average does not tell the whole story. Behind that $561,000 median sales price, there are markets outperforming significantly. One is Carmichael. Carmichael has seen an appreciation of over 15% in the past 12 months. That is approximately $90,000 in equity gained by the average Carmichael homeowner. Land Park is up over 9%, adding roughly $60,000 to the median home's value. Fair Oaks is up over 7%. These are established, character-driven communities with constrained housing stock, and buyers are paying a premium to get into these neighborhoods. At the same time, some markets that peaked sharply in 2025, including parts of Folsom and certain Elk Grove zip codes, have normalized for those peaks. But I want to be clear, normalization is not a collapse. The spring 2026 data show inventory tightening in these markets and a recovery in transaction volumes. The floor has been found and the direction is stabilizing. And for those watching in Citrus Heights, your market is among the fastest moving in the county. Homes there are going under contract, if you can believe this, an average of 18 days. That's nearly double the county's already fast pace. If you are a homeowner in Citrus Heights and you have been thinking about selling, this market is working hard in your favor right now. So let me bring everything together and give you my honest, data-informed reading on where this market is heading. Supply is returning to the market, but it remains constrained. With 2.2 months of inventory, we are in a strong seller's market, and there's no data suggesting that inventory is about to surge to a level that would shift negotiating power to buyers. Prices are at a 12-month high. $561,000 median in May of 2026 is the strongest price point we have seen all year. Seasonal softening came and went exactly as expected, and the spring recovery has been complete. Demand is consistent and active. At 46.1% absorption rate, a 30-day average time on the market, and 99% sold to list ratio, all confirm qualified, motivated buyers are out there, and they are competing for well-priced homes. The single largest wild card remains interest rates. If rates decline meaningfully, even by a 0.5 percentage point, there is a large pool of sidelined, pre-qualified buyers who will enter this market quickly. That demand would hit a supply-constrained market, and the results would be a renewed upward price pressure. For sellers, that's an additional reason not to wait. Here's what I want you to take away from everything you just heard. Sellers in Sacramento County received 99% of every dollar they asked for in May of 2026. The average home sold in 30 days. We have been in a seller's market territory for 12 consecutive months without a single break. Prices just hit a new 12-month high. That's your market right now. If you are a homeowner in Sacramento County, and if you have been wondering whether the time is right to sell, I want to have that conversation with you. No pressure, no sales pitch, but to show you exactly what your specific home in your specific street, in your specific neighborhood would sell for if it went to market this week. Because the best real estate decisions you will ever make starts with you knowing your numbers. I'm Nancy Adinolfe. I specialize in helping Sacramento County homeowners make confident, informed decisions with data, not guesswork. Click the link in the description below to schedule your free home valuation. I look forward to talking with you.